morning students, welcome to the next lecture. So in this video we will learn about surds. So what is the definition of surds? Surds is if x is a positive rational number and n is a positive integer such that x to the power 1 upon n, that is, we all know that a to the power 1 upon n can be written as a under root a, and here we have to place n. As we write a to the power 1 upon 2, so it is square root a. A to the power 1 upon 3, it is cube root a. So similarly, if it is x to the power 1 upon n, it can be written under root x, and here we have to place n, is irrational, then x to the power 1 upon n is called a surd or a radical. Suppose if we take in place of x, we consider 5, and in place of n, here x is 5 and n is considered 2. So if we write 5 to the power 1 upon 2, so which can be written as under root 5. So is under root 5 rational or irrational? So from here, since 5 is not a perfect square, so under root 5 is irrational. So under root 5 can be called surd or a radical. So what is the condition? Here the value of x should be positive rational number and n should be positive integer such that x to the power 1 upon n must be irrational. So if x to the power 1 upon n is irrational, then it can be said as surd. So this means that every surd is an irrational number. So let us take one more example. Like if we consider the value of x is 27 and the value of n is 3 here. So we write x to the power 1 upon n. So here it can be written 27 to the power 1 upon 3, which can be expressed as cube root 27. So is 27 a perfect cube? Is it a perfect cube? So the answer is yes. So since 27 is a perfect cube, so we can determine its exact value. So it comes 3, which is a rational number. Hence 3 is not a surd. So what is the condition? This expression should be irrational. If this expression comes irrational, then it is a surd, otherwise it is not. Now I am writing some examples of surds. So we can take cube root 6. Similarly, we can take square root 8 because we cannot determine the exact value of square root 8. Cube root 20. Cube root 21. So these are the examples of surd. So as I discussed, every surd is an irrational number. So now the question arises, is every irrational number a surd? So answer is no. Like if we take the example of pi, so pi is irrational number, but it is not a surd. So there is a question, is root pi a surd or not? So here the root pi can be expressed as pi to the power 1 upon 2. So here pi is compared with x. So x must be positive rational number. But we know that pi is a rational number. So this root pi is not a surd. Now the second question is, under root, that is cube root of minus 125. So here it can be expressed as minus 125 to the power 1 upon 3. So here this 125, when we compare it with x, so x must be positive rational number, but we see that here it is negative, so again this is not a surd. Now one thing to note here, that if we know that pi is, we write 22 upon 7. So if we write under root 22 upon 7, is it a surd? So the answer is yes, it is a surd. How? Because we can write 22 upon 7 to the power 1 upon 2. So here this 22 upon 7 is a positive rational number, whereas this n, that is 2, is also a positive integer. So we can say that under root 22 upon 7 is a surd. So let us learn about the next topic, that is the rationalization. So rationalization is the process of rationalizing a surd by multiplying it with its rationalizing factor is called rationalization. Like if we take the example of root 27. So we know that root 27 can be written as under root 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3. So it can be written as, we can take one pair, so 3 root 3. So rationalization process means to what value you will multiply this expression so that the result will be rational. So we multiply this 3 root 3. If we multiply it with root 3, then this root 3 and root 3 will be 3. So 3 3s are 9. So we got a rational number. So this is the least rationalizing factor. Similarly, if we have to find the rationalizing factor of 2 root 125. So here again it can be written 2 under root 5 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 5. Again we can take one pair out. So 2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by under root, or you can write 2 multiplied by 5 root 5. So here again if we multiply this expression with root 5, we can get a rational number. So this multiplied by root 5 will come, if we write down 2, 5 2s are 10. So it comes 10 root 5. So we have to multiply with root 5. So we get value, root 5 multiplied by root 5 is 5. 10 5s are 50. So we got this is the least rationalizing factor. So the question is, rationalize the denominator of 5 upon 2 root 2. So here we have to multiply this root 2 with the root 2 so that we can get a rational number in denominator. But since we have multiplied denominator with root 2, so we have to multiply numerator also, so that the resultant change will be, there will be no resultant change. So we can get 5 root 2 upon this root 2 multiplied by root 2 will be 2. 2 2s are 4. So we got the result. So here we have, you can see that we have rationalized the denominator. This irrational part is converted to rational part. Now come to the second question. So here it is 1 upon 3 minus root 7. So here we have to again rationalize the denominator. So here the expression is 3 minus root 7. So if we multiply this with 3 plus root 7, so this is the rationalizing factor. So we have to multiply above also. So this 1 multiplied by this will be result 3 plus root 7, and in denominator this is, so here this is 3 minus root 7 and this is 3 plus root 7. So it can be expressed as a minus b multiplied by a plus b. So we can write 3 square minus root 7 whole square. So we can write here, this is 3 plus root 7 upon 9 minus 7. So it can be 3 plus root 7 upon 2. So this is all about rationalization. Go through the questions. In case of query, please ask. Thank you.